Hello, I'm Mike Hodgson and I'm pleased to give you an update on Serabi's activities. It's the 9th of September and I'm here at the Beaver Creek Precious Metals Summit in Colorado.
With Matthew for his birthday. Thank you. Happy birthday, Matthew.
Oh, didn't know.
True story. True story.
Okay.
I'm here with you instead.
What could be better?
Thank you. Hey, well, I tell you what could be better I tell you what's good news is your share price. Incredible run. Incredible.
Yep. Yeah, we're chuffed to bits.
Chuffed to bits.
Yeah, I think this time last year we were probably in the 60p range, something like that.
Yeah.
And now we're pushing £2.40.
Well, that's the power of being a producer in a
Yes.
really quite exciting gold market
Yes.
at the moment.
Yes.
Right. Now, that doesn't happen overnight and you don't snap your fingers and it magically appears. So what's the kind of core focus of the moment? Because that's the kind of base case. And what I want to talk about in this conversation is growth. I want to sort of look further afield. We'll do that in a second, but just give us the update on both projects at the moment.
Okay, last year, I mean, our objective absolutely initially has been to maximise production from our existing facilities. That's a process plant that's capped at about 650 tonnes per day, 230,000 tonnes per year. We're actually getting more out of that plant by high grading. We don't high grade the mine, we take the ore out of the mine, we put it through 2 ore sorters, so we're just upping that feed grade going in that plant, and that gets us to 60,000 ounces. What we want to do is be a 100,000 ounce producer plus. We think we've got the 2 deposits that can deliver that. So for the first time, whilst we've got all this money, which we haven't had for I don't know how many years, we are drilling very ambitious brownfield exploration programs. We put out a press release today and people saw great results. Our share price up 7% today on that. Both of these deposits have a lot of upside, a lot of potential to grow. We're aiming by the end of 2026 to have at least grown our resource from 1 to 1.5 million ounces, hopefully beyond. That'll have a reserve base inside it that can support a mining rate of 100,000 ounces per year. So frankly, if we get to that point, I think maybe the middle of next year, or certainly we've got the indications we're there, we will then go for plant expansion at Palito to actually sit alongside that. And the nice thing about that is we've got a lot of that plant already, so that is not an onerous capex either.
Okay, been doing business in Brazil for a while. We talked about the highs and the lows, but it's definitely highs at the moment.
Yes.
And a lot of kind of good stories coming out of Brazil from what I see. G-Money, we're seeing at the end of this week.
Absolutely.
Doing a job for everyone, and gold price doing a job for everyone as well. You guys are doing the basics well.
Yes.
Making money. Going to be returning any to shareholders, or are we looking at M&A? What's the plan?
It's always a balance. I mean, we set out about a year ago that come the end of after our 2025 financials come out, which will be sort of first quarter 2026, that's exactly where we'll look at where our cash position is, what we've done in 2025. And I see no reason to actually change what we said on that at all. We are looking at capital returns for shareholders. We said we would do that. At the same time, we're always looking for, M&A that makes sense. I think we always use this expression, disciplined approach on that, and that remains. I mean, we're trying to get to 100,000 ounces beyond. We're pedal to the metal on both fronts. Organic growth, opportunity that could get us there faster alongside the brownfield growth, both.
Right, okay, so basically don't overpay is what you're saying.
Don't overpay and don't just do a deal for the sake of doing it. Yes, and a lot of the stuff that we look at is private stuff as well.
Okay.
A lot of the stuff the fit for us is we can't afford to go getting some huge project that's going to or mine that's going to cost 200-300 million. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's got to be the right size for us.
Yeah.
There is a lot of that in Brazil in the hands of private operators.
Because you guys are high grade underground. That's your niche.
Yes.
Especially, is there much of that?
No.
Okay. Is there much competition for that?
Not really, but the thing is, in Brazil, there's been a lot of exploration for that, because always underground mining in Brazil is actually, I think I said to you the other week, I learned the other day that in Brazil only has 31 underground mines, which for a country of that size is hard to even imagine. And that's because this culture, it's a country of huge, big, open pit operations. That's it. So yes, we are the best underground miners in Brazil, because there aren't many others. But look, I think what we're after is sort of similar size, maybe a more lower grade, maybe it's open pit, anything like that. But I think the scale size, like another 50, 60, 100,000 ounce bolt, with what we're trying to do, that's a really good sort of area we should be looking, and that's where we are looking.
Okay, so look, people will say we want to do M&A, we want, it's hard to do, and they're hard to get over the line. But if you stick with your kind of core organic growth from the exploration component, do you feel you're going to get rewarded in a market like this? Because the production side, I get. If you hit upper end of guidance this year, people go, well done. If you then lay out a plan, say, well, we think we can get maybe move to 50, 55 next year, they'll go, well done. But that's good. That's going to come from the existing producing mines, not the exploration, right? So how much effort and time, money are you putting into the exploration?
Oh, Rick. Well, we're spending probably. We said we'd spend 9. We're probably going to spend a bit more than that this year. I think we're going to be a bit more ambitious next year. We're drilling 30,000 meters this year. We're going to drill 30 or 40,000 meters next year. I think, honestly, the way things are going, we're going from 38 last year, 45 this year, 55 to 60 the year after. I don't see why, if the exploration, which is going really well, continues like it is, we're not talking about sort of 80 in 2027 and pushing 100 shortly afterwards.
That's the kind of guidance you hope to be able to issue.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So I mean, just in terms of like, I mean, even an event like this, you got to come here. You were in Brazil last week. You shot over from Brazil to be here. That's how important this is to you, right? Yes. So the type of investor profile, is that changing for you now? Because you've been a very heavy retail, London-centric company. What's it look like now?
2 things have occurred for us, which has really been helpful. We had 2 big 25% shareholders. Okay. And we did the financing, the secondary book build in April, which went extremely well. We brought in a lot of new smaller institutions out of London. It's great. They've enjoyed a really good. I mean, they came in at £1.35, so I mean, they've gone up. They've done really well, very well. And of course, we've got this great economic tailwind, not just gold price plus Brazilian exchange rate to the real to the dollar. That's really helped too. So that's all going very well. We're finding now. The fact we've got success operationally, share price, exploration, far more liquidity, I think. We're 1 million today, 1 million shares trade today. Back in the day, we were doing 500 or 1,000. Yeah. So liquidity is really improved with our improved, let's say, shareholder register as well. We've got a lot more retail, and a lot more trading going on. So all good. And we're taking. I mean, we got forward 3.5 days full, maxed out here.
What's that profile look like today?
Small institutions.
Okay.
Yeah. A couple of retail, but literally small institutions. Yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic. And what are their expectations of you? Obviously, you're going to shut up, so you're going to catch the eye. First of all, just by looking at charts, they're going to catch the eye. But they've got to believe this growth story of yours, haven't they?
They want a piece.
Yeah.
Whether there's blocks that we could sell, or whether are we going? But I suppose the challenge at the moment is we don't need any money. We're generating so much money, and even with we're doing exploration as much as we can. We can't actually sensibly do a lot more. We've got 6 rigs turning. The size of the company we've got, that's a lot of meters that we're drilling every week, every day, every month. So we're doing that as fast as we can. So as I say. But we can fund all of that out of cash flow. We can fund the plant growth out of cash flow when we come to do it. I'm hoping we're going to do that sooner rather than later. So I think the opportunity for new investors coming in would be if we do actually find something we could do with our money, not organically. But that's, as I said, we're taking a very disciplined approach about that.
No, that's interesting. Like I say, a discovery for you, because it's been a long time since even talked that language. And that's where the kind of leverage comes from. Yeah. And that's what gets people excited.
Well, I think I've always said to you, Coringa is such an undrilled deposit. We're just drilling a long strike on all the gaps. And I think I put in some of there's one mine we've been operating at Coringa now for about 4 years called Serra. We've just done step out drilling to the south. We found an entirely new ore body. It's like a repetition of the zone that we had. It's like doubled the size. So that's just an illustration. Yeah. That's literally after the first 3 months of drilling. So we actually believe if we do another 18 months of this, we could be in a good place.
Yeah, it sounds like. Well, Mike, I know there's meant to be a short one. Catch up with you. Good to see you, sir. Because I think it's just that momentum's there with you. People can see that with the money. You've always known what to do.
Yes.
With the money.
Yes.
You're now doing it.
Yes.
And it's paying off.
Yep. No, long way at last.